Yeah, baby, let's freaking go! The Power Pellet GFUEL can. Let's try it. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Pac-Man inspired Power Pellet GFUEL can. Now, I already reviewed the powder version of this flavor, so if you haven't checked that out yet, check that out first. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to crack this can open, give it a taste, and compare it to the powder. But before I do so, you know what time it is. GFUEL code DannyD is 20 to 30% off at gfuel.com. When you use that code, not only do you save yourself some dinero, but you also support my content, which honestly allows me to continue being a full-time content creator. So if you have used GFUEL code DannyD in the past, or you're planning on using it in the near future, I seriously appreciate you. But without further ado, let's try some GFUEL. Here is a closer look at the Power Pellet GFUEL can. Lots of Pac-Man icons and stuff on here. Got our nutrition facts. As you can see, it is pretty much the same artwork, just slightly different to fit the can. Now, this can is available at a few different stores. I've seen a lot of people getting it at Walmart, on Twitter. GFUEL was kind enough to send me a 4-pack for this review. I appreciate you, GFUEL. And I'm not gonna lie, I was sick this past week, and so I was trying not to have too much caffeine, but I kept eyeballing this can, and I'm really excited to finally give it a try. And one last thing before I crack it open, just as a friendly reminder, this can is 140 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, 0 calories, and contains 0 artificial colors. I'm actually a big fan of cherry stuff. I gave the powder an 8.4 out of 10. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open and give it a taste. Ooh. I love the sound of those bubbles. Little GFUEL ASMR. First, let's give both of them a smell and compare. The powder definitely reminds me of cherry Kool-Aid, but it smells like a cherry lollipop, like it smells like hard candy. And the can, even more like Kool-Aid, with less of that candy smell. I will say the can smells a little more artificial than the powder though. All right, the Power Pellet GFUEL can, going in, pinkies up. Whoa, that is strong. Oh yeah, baby. Woo! I like that. Let's compare it to the powder. Powder is definitely more mellow, and I want to say a little sweeter. Let me focus on the can for a bit. So the flavor of the can definitely dissipates quicker than the powder. I feel like the powder just lingers a lot longer, or at least is a lot stronger when it lingers. I feel like the can tastes more like a real cherry. The powder definitely does a really good job of emulating that candy taste, or the taste of a lollipop, whereas the can does that, but there's almost like a real cherry taste that is kind of masking it a bit. So the lollipop aspect of the flavor is kind of in the foreground with the can, whereas with the powder, I would say it's in the forefront. Hopefully I'm making sense. Yo, to be honest, I'm almost getting like cherry Coke vibes here. I drank a lot of cherry Coke growing up. I am definitely enjoying this can. I will say, however, that the powder, not as medicine tasting as the can. I have heard some people say it tastes like medicine, but I really think that that is amplified in the can because it's carbonated, and when things are carbonated, they tend to make certain parts of the flavor stick out more. It's more in your face, and unfortunately, being more cherry forward than lollipop forward, it's giving me a bit of that medicine effect. I'm really getting that cherry lollipop taste as it lingers for the last, like, I don't know, to be honest, it's still lingering right now. So I'm happy to say it does linger for a while. So I would say the powder is definitely more mellow throughout the whole flavor. The can, more in your face with that cherry at the beginning, but then it kind of cruises into that candy lollipop taste. If you like cherry stuff, I think you're really, really gonna dig this. Now that I think about it, besides like cherry limeade, this honestly might be my favorite cherry flavor. And so with those thoughts, I am gonna give the new Pac-Man Power Pellet GFUEL can a 7.8 out of 10. Now keep in mind, when I give a score for a can, I'm giving that score based off of how I feel about the rest of the cans. I do take into account to how differently it tastes than the tub, but it doesn't have as much of an impact on the score as the other cans do. But some of you may be wondering, do I like the tub or the can better? And I'm gonna say with this flavor, I'm leaning slightly towards the powder. Now, I think the powder is less medicine tasting. I'm definitely getting more lollipop with the powder, and they label it as cherry lollipop. lollipop. So I would say the flavor description of this flavor is much better represented by that powder than the can. It is a really solid can though, don't get me wrong. I think that if you guys stumble upon this out in the wild, it's definitely worth picking up and giving a try, especially if you like cherry flavors. But for me, it's just slightly above that average range. 10 out of 10 for the can design though. So there you have it. There's my thoughts on the new Pac-Man Power Pellet GFUEL can. Let me know down in the comments. What score would you give it? What do you think about it? What do you like better, the powder or the can? And just because I'm curious, what's your favorite GFUEL can? Because every time I have that Flavor Bomb can, I shed a tear because I know that I can't get any more and I'm pretty sure it's my favorite. Oh man, I think I only have like 3 or 4 left. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. These long-form GFUEL reviews are a lot of work, and they definitely don't get as many views as my short-form content. So if you want these long-form reviews to continue, I would really, really appreciate it if you would pick up a Danny Dorito 23 GFUEL shaker. It's also available as a Danny Dorito 23 starter kit, which you can get 30% off with code DannyD. It's like 11 bucks. You get my shaker, 7 sample packets. That way you can try some flavors without having to buy a full tub yet. It's a really good deal. Stay tuned for more GFUEL reviews very soon. And as always, stay safe, be nice to each other out there, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Peace! Hey yo, GFUEL, if you're still watching, this retro style GFUEL logo, put that bad boy on a shirt. I'm telling you, man, that would look sick.